Oh, hello, all my wonderful, beautiful breasts, wonderful, beautiful breast guys of the Maverick Nation. I am the Dark Shadow Maverick, and it is time for the MHA PkMn Crossover, the Maelstrom Legue, Season 3. I wonder how it's gonna last till Season 4. I'm pretty sure Season 4 is gonna come soon. Don't know how soon, but it might come soon. Probably episode 30. Yeah, I'll probably, as a special milestone, make episode 30 where season 40 starts. Maybe, maybe not. Probably make season 40 whenever the new league starts. Maybe. If it doesn't start at episode 30, oh well. Well, the way I'm planning to do things. Two gems per part, regardless of how many routes. And that means it will just be this part and the next part, so definitely not being episode 30 or part 30, whichever one. This is part/episode. Probably 28. I don't know. Oh, well, hello, everybody. This is the Dark Shadow Maverick. And we're back. Yeah, it's part and 28. So, yeah. We're still in season 3 since I don't feel like changing it up until we get to the next league. And the first part of that league will be when we get to season 4. Because then I'll feel like it. Feel like it really, deserves it. Part 28 is basically gonna be basically two freaking things. 2 gems for part 28 and part 29. I guess basically part 29 being the end-all be-all of... Basically part 29 being the end-all be-all of the Maelstrom Legue. So yeah, part 30 would be where it starts. You know, the Ultimate League. Yeah, part 30 would be the Ultimate League where it starts. And since we only have 2 more parts to go, since this covers 2 gems, because basically Route 219 all the way, basically, we have everyone basically humming a merry tune. I don't know why they just got scarred for freaking life. You know, Naruto, Hinata, Gaara. 221 is right before Swiftwind City. And that's where the 7th gem is. So really, they would only have 3 routes to go through. All the way from 219 to 221. That's only 3 routes, so not that much, you know, adventure to go until you hit the next gem. And actually, Swiftwind is quite the different trek, or I guess different venture from what you would expect.
The second I hit the throttle, I genuinely laughed out loud because...
God, I hate ads. But the gym leaders there do not make it easy. Let me tell you that. It's the 7th gem, and it's actually a double battle versus Uzu and Kata. It's ice type, and you get the Yuki badge if you manage to defeat them. But you gotta beat them both. And the Pokemon that basically Uzu uses are Snorunt, Sneasel, and Swinub. And Kata uses Alola Ninetales, Frostlass, and Cursula. This is actually valuable knowledge. And, well, actually valuable knowledge that they get to see right up front in a sort of way. How exactly would you make it a double battle? I guess because Naruto was having to fight Yuzu and Gaara is having to fight Kata. So technically, all of their Pokemon would go at the same route. Whatever I'm trying to say here. Basically, if Naruto had his Pokemon out and Gaara had his Pokemon out, Yuzu would have one of his Pokemon out, and Kata would have one of his Pokemon out. Hinata thinks that since, contests are coming up pretty soon, that, she can take a chill pill. Plus, she just got scarred for life. And she was the one trying to tell everyone to be brave. Yeah, after that, she doesn't think she can do that ever again. But then they have to remember the Dark Matter Ridiculous, and God, what else comes after that? So basically, yeah, that's basically how that's gonna go. And Yuzu and Kata turns out to be kids. They're not too young, but they're not too old. They're old enough to run a gym, at least. But they do still see in the age range of kids. Kind of like Bugsy. In Gen 2. And basically, Naruto is like, come on guys, let's get in here. Let's do this. And Gaara's like, yeah, I'm ready to see what exactly was up with Sandshrew. I mean, that light can only mean one thing, can it? And Hinata's just trying to be supportive, since she isn't really going to be fighting. I really do hate ads. Well, at least I think I remember the teams better. And, well, Gaara's team is actually pretty easy to remember. So... And, well, Zoro was actually, close to evolving. Because there was a little bit of white light there as well. In the last part. I think. So... Basically... Uzu sends out Snorunt. And Kata sends out Alolan Ninetales. And, well, Naruto sends out Zora. And Gaara sends out Krokorok. basically, in this, Naruto's basically like, Zora, use night days. And Snow-Run, for all that it's worth, can't take a night days. But that power, it's feeling it's building up. You know, Zora's going, that white light, it really is meaning something this time. And all of a sudden, Zoroark. And Naruto's like, oh my god! Oh shit! And, well, just... you're not just feeling really happy for Naruto. And Gaara is too. But, you know, he has to stay focused because he has to fight his fight. And, you know, Alola Ninetales versus Crocorock. Like, basically, Kata tries to tell, you know, Alola Ninetales to use, you know, frickin' Ice Beam. And basically, what Gaara does is basically tell Crocorock to use Dig. And then, boom! And basically, Gotcha's like, steady yourself. Cause Uzu's like, okay, go Sneasel. Cause he has more than one friggin' Pokemon. And basically, Naruto's like, Zoroark, use Night Days. Boom! Just hits freaking Sneasel, one-shotted. And just has to go for Swinub next. And gets one-shotted again. So basically, Uzu, the brother of Kata, you know, the sister of the group, the two. So now it's just Kata left. And Gaara's just... he's still in the fight with the Alolan frickin' Ninetales. Actually, he kinda won that. And so now he's having to deal with Frostlass because he kind of maneuvered around Alolan Ninetales, kind of finessed that shit. You know, because Crocorock is the juggernaut. Bitch. But Frostlass is like, Icy Wind. Like, Icy Wind, Frostlass. And so, yeah, but Gaara's also being like some sandstorm. So there's a lot of sand and ice being thrown around. And that's gonna make it really messy and hard to fight. And basically, you know, Gaara's like, Crocorock, Stealth Rock! And Kata's like, Frostlass, Shadow Ball! And basically, the two attacks hitting each other, creating even more disorder. But the thing about this, Frostlass can float all at once. But one thing that Crocorock is good at is, well, making the best out of a bad situation. Because freaking Iron Tail, bam! Just, woo! Bam! And so Kata has to basically go for her freaking Cursula. But now the Icy Wind's no longer up. Dear God. But still there's Sandstorm. But that presses Gaara's advantage. That gives him the advantage there. Cursula may be able to curse all at once, but it can't barely do anything in the damn Sandstorm. On top of the fact that, well, It's on the ground, and Gaara's Krokorok knows how to use this move. Krokorok, use Earthquake! And basically, that's all she wrote. Cursula is down. Yeah, Uzu and Kata kind of got finessed. Not gonna lie. Because Uzu got, wiped off like he was a freaking booger. And Kata, she was able to stay in there longer, but she just got out. Because Krokorok's the Juggernaut Pokemon. It ain't gonna freaking go down. And now there's Route 222, 223, 224, and 225. That's a good detour. We basically have the same music as the other routes. So basically the Sinnoh Route 228 that I was using. Until they finally hit Roar Mountain. And oh my god. Roar Mountain. Yeah. This is gonna be a trek. Because dressing this place, what's gonna meet you on the other side is the Dark Meta Prodigulus. And so there was bad to the bone to be had. They barely made it out of there. Until there was one person he said he was the gatekeeper to the end of Roar Mountain. Well, the end of the other side, at least. And that he had a gift for whoever passed. Well, Naruto and Hinata weren't feeling too savvy about their Pokemon collection. So they decided to let Gara have the gift. And well, I mean, he had his Sandaconda, his Sandshrew, who he was pretty sure is already a Sandslash. You know, that white light pretty much meant something, and that, you know, of evolution. So Sandslash now. And so basically, also Krokorok and Parasect. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon. And so this would just be a 5th if there was a Pokemon that he was going to give him. And actually, yes, but it would not be an automatic Pokemon. And what I mean by this is, this man gives Gara a fossil. But of what? They will just have to find someone who can, well, inspect it. Because right after Roar Mountain, and then all of a sudden, once they had basically, you know, exited the bottom of Roar Mountain, like they had been warned, like they had also been warned, yeah. But there aren't many people there. There are only Pain, Conan, and this swirly masked person who they didn't really take seriously the first time they met. But now he was wearing a different swirly mask. And, well, Pain was no longer conscious. And Conan was barely conscious, saying something about he will stop you from resurrecting Madara. And basically, the dude said something about, oh, I'm not resurrecting Madara, I didn't even resurrect him. Basically implying that he's already resurrected. And then someone comes forth out of freaking nowhere. Basically, these signs on the ground. Basically, that's the Dark Metaprodiculus. And the dude just appeared out of it. Apparently, that's his resurrection place. Where he's supposed to be resurrected from. The Dark Metaprodiculus. And he just came the f*** out of it. And this dude's apparently Madara, the real Madara. Because apparently this other guy, the guy with the mask, was pretending to be Madara all this damn time to fool these two people into, you know, basically, being underneath him. And basically, finally, the pain guy's down, and all 6 of his Pokeballs fly into Obito's hands, and basically, he somehow magically flies them into Madora's hands, or he's going to until Conan tries to stop him. But the powers of the Dark Matter Ridiculous basically attack her and blast her away, causing her to go down like pain. Basically, the Dark Matter Ridiculous does not want, this to be stopped. Whatever is about to happen. Basically, this Obito guy talking about how Madara's Pokemon had all died since whatever had happened to him. Basically, this Madara guy is actually supposed to be really freaking old. And, well, that's why his Pokemon were freaking dead. And so just use this Pain guy's Pokemon instead. And I'll use my Pokemon, and we can rule the world together or do whatever the frick. Basically, their ultimate goal, they explain, is to basically rule the world through illusion. Basically, they will be the ones on top. They will be the only ones who, actually know what's going on. They will be the masters of their illusion, because it will be their illusion. And they will cast it upon the moon so that no one can run away from it. No one can escape it. Except for them, because they will be the masters of said illusion. And how are they gonna do this? Well, they basically have all of the freaking mysterious cases where they wanted them. And so they basically poured the energy from the mysterious cases into one specific spot on the Dark Matter Ridiculous, and that recreates this being called the Ten Tails, or Juby. From the Dark Matter Ridiculous, and basically once it's created from the Dark Matter Ridiculous, basically, what happens with it is basically a false god. Because what is actually supposed to happen, well, Madara and Obito don't want that. No, they want their own god of things. Because they need that in order to do what they want to do. And it's basically to cast an illusion upon the moon so that no one can run from it. Except for them, because they will be the masters of said illusion. And so basically, the only purpose that this monster serves is to cast said illusion. Because the giant eye thing on it is the only thing big enough to cast said illusion. And so it basically has to be stationary there. Either that or something else could happen, but, they probably don't want the something else to happen. Or they do, someone else does. Oh, so many variables. But it seems in order for that something else to happen, there needs to be a blood sacrifice. And a blood sacrifice is someone strong enough in order to bond with Pokemon perfectly. And Obito just seems so happy with Madara's plans, whatever they are, that he execute the blood sacrifice almost to a perfect T. You know what I said? Almost. By slashing at Naruko, because she just appeared there. And, Naruko's barely alive. Naruto saves her by using his energy of being the mysterious case, and so brings her back. And basically, Naruko barely has enough energy to say that she has become stronger from the last time they met. And apparently, Sakura and Sasuke have become stronger as well. And that she's not joking, they actually have become stronger. And that they might be able to help this time around instead of hinder. So it seems the first person they're going to have to deal with is Obito. And well, his connection to this giant thing, this 10-tailed thing, that apparently has to be stationary in order to cast the illusion. And basically, the fight against Obito. How do I describe it? The first Pokemon that Obito sends out in order to keep the Ten-Tail stationary because no, I am not going to have Kaguya in this. She'll basically be like an avatar for the Ten-Tails to keep it, pumping energy, because, Obito is not with the Ten-Tails right now. And, Madara is there, but Obito is not. So, Kaguya is basically going to have to be like an avatar to keep the energy flowing into the Ten-Tails for the illusion to keep on going. And so is Black Zetsu. But he has Madara's illusion, pumper. That sounded so fucking wrong. And so the first Pokemon that, Obito sends out is obviously Alakazam, because he just wants to be a dick. And Alakazam, basically, they're not idiots. They did heal their Pokemon, so they basically have to decide who's gonna fight Alakazam. And well, Dark is good against Psychic, so Naruto decides, Zoroark use freaking Night Days against this damn Alakazam. And well, that works. That actually ends up working. And Obito gets pissed. And so he starts to merge with the Ten-Tails more. And that starts to with their avatars, Kaguya and Black Zetsu. And Black Zetsu starts merging with Kaguya, effing up Madara's plans really bad. To the point where it almost messes up with the illusion, but since they're both there, the illusion is still standing. And so, the next Pokemon out of freaking 6, what is he gonna do? Freaking Tyranitar. And, well, basically, they have all the time in the freaking world. Well, Gar's gonna go out and basically say, freaking earthquake on this damn Tyranitar. Well, it almost faints it, but then Tyranitar decides to use Hyper Beam. And that almost faints Krokorok, but it evolves into Crocodile, and then just decides, oh hell no, because, time for a little bit of crunch. And that just ends up finally fainting Tyranitar. They're just basically ganging up on Obito as he's draining more and more of the Jubi. As it's an unnatural beast that Obito and Madara are just using to make themselves stronger. And basically, Obito's third Pokemon is UB Glutton. And, well, Sludge Bomb, basically. But not before he basically Naruto deciding, with the blessing of Ho-Oh, overheat that shit. Overheat the Sludge Bomb back into freaking Glutton, and that one-shots, because with the blessing of Ho-Oh, you can do frickin' anything, I guess. Pretty much. Plus, Glutton isn't all that really strong of an Ultra Beast. And so 3 out of 6. But you got 2 people you have to face. And then there's the matter of shutting the Jubi back into the Dark Matter Ridiculous and then closing the damn thing. Once you've also basically somehow managed to smack Obito and freaking Madara back into the Dark Matter Ridiculous. Well, Obito wasn't in it to begin with, but, you know, he's damn gotta be in there because, you know, someone has to find a way to stop him, and that's the only freaking way that they think that they can stop him. Basically, after Glutton, basically, Obito decides Reuniqueless. And basically, he now decides it can't use its brain if it's bashed in, so Surfetched use Woodhammer. And basically, that smacks Reuniqueless into Obito, but Obito's just like, Reuniqueless, get the fuck off me. And just use freaking Psybeam. And basically, he not to just like use Woodhammer to smack it back into itself. And basically that knocks Reuniqueless out. So that's 4 out of freaking 6. And Obito decides, you know what? This is fucking stupid. This is really just fucking stupid. I fucking hate this. I fucking hate all of you. And basically just decides, you know, Luxray. And basically, Gaara just goes in with Crocorock, decides crunch on Luxray's neck, and then throw it at Obito. But Luxray somehow lands on its freaking feet without, like, dislocating its neck, like, completely from the crunch. And, you know, Obito's like, freaking fire a Thunderbolt. As Lieutenant Surge would say, Thunderbolt. And basically, Gaara's like, freaking Earthquake, and basically lands Luxray into the freaking anything and everything. And so now, basically, I'm pretty sure Obito has only 1 Pokemon left. And that would probably be, if I'm guessing correctly, probably Absol. He just uses Absol, the Dark Pulse, after, you know, tried and true method of Naruto basically sending out Ninetales to basically use Blast Burn. So Blast Burn meets Earthquake, well, not Earthquake, Dark Pulse. Basically, Blast Burn meets Dark Pulse. And with the blessing of Ho-Oh, Blast Burn manages to overpower freaking Dark Pulse and send both attacks back with the power of Ho-Oh. And that basically just destroys Absol. And, Obito has nothing left. And so he just gets pushed back into the Dark Meta Ridiculous as part of the Jubi and, part of freaking Kaguya. And, dark, black freaking, and all the white Zetsu as well, get freaking pushed into the freaking Dark Meta Ridiculous. Just part of it, half of it does. But Madara is still there, so there's still part of it there. And what he decides to do, he pulls out freaking Salamence, which is completely unfair. That is until, Hinata and Naruto get the bright idea of just tag teaming this mofo. Gaara, I think we should just tag team this mofo. And so, Madara hears this and is like, so I'll just send out all my freaking Pokemon. And so, he doesn't just send out his Salamence, he sends out his freaking Yubi Celestia. Yes, he has Celestia. Or if I'm even saying that fucking name right. He also has Yubi Stakataka. He has both of those Yubis. So, that's already 3 Pokemon. Salamence, Celestia, Stakataka, and the other 3 are just, you're gonna love this. He has a Mega Charizard X, a Hydreigon, and a Heraxis, or whatever the other dragon, Unova Dragon is. He has all of those, and he sends them all out at once. But guess what? Naruto, Gaara, and Hinata send out all their Pokemon out at once. And fire all of their attacks at Madara as he does the same. And the resounding blast as a result, so much power from each and every one, plus the blessing of Ho-Oh. I mean, you have to factor that in. We're talking not just 3 plus 3, that's 6, and another 3, that's 9, versus dude's 6, 6 plus 6, that's 12, and 12 plus 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, because that's, probably 18 Pokemon versus this dude's 6. So Madara doesn't stand a chance. And that's hard for me to say with a freaking straight face. Dude gets overwhelmed, but this just isn't 18 Pokemon. This is 18 Pokemon plus the power of Ho-Oh. Dude gets floored. And they just automatically, all of them just pour everything they have into it and seal this man, plus Kaguya, plus Black Zetsu, plus all the White Zetsu, and whatever's left of Obito. seal all of that back into the dark matter ridiculous. And then they have to rush over to Naruko because she is like bleeding out. And right after they do this, they gotta go somewhere else because God, this is giving off all sorts of negative vibes. Because basically what was happening while they were fighting is they were turning the place into a different location that's basically inside of the dark matter ridiculous, because they were turning the worlds inside out, called the warped worlds. Yeah, basically they turned it inside out, and so they were fighting inside the warped worlds. And so basically whenever they finally sealed everything, the warped worlds finally, gave out, and no more warped worlds. And so everything was back to normal. And so now just routes 226, 227, 228, 229, and 230. They just have to walk that shit. And then upon them, the new Twilight train station. After traversing all those routes, basically, after traversing even through Route 30, they find the new Twilight train station. And oh my god. There are some ghosties, there are some darksies, there are some psyches. Basically, what I'm trying to say, ghost types, dark types, psychic types, galore. But none of them seem to be inherently evil. It's just the train likes to behave in very very docile ways. And by that I mean basically go off the damn rails from time to time. But apparently from the Pokemon, or at least from the gestures that they're trying to make, they figure that's kind of a usual thing. More like just an illusion. Yes, that's a usual thing, as in, it's an illusion. They aren't literally going to die. It just happens from time to time. Because that was a thing that did happen once. Or several times before. Yeah, that's why it's so damn friggin' haunted. by all these different Pokemon. They basically call the freaking station and the train itself, like all of the different train and train cars, and basically the entire train station, home. Because of all the different happenings and all the different bad things that happened there. But still didn't close down because, well, it was good business. Plus, some good word from the 8th gym leader, Benny Allen. Does that name ring a bell? Now, does it ring a bell? Yep. And well, after their ride, they would indeed arrive at their destination.
Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One's smothered with creamy chipotle ranch, and one's got avocado ranch with bacon.
And then it finally happens. You hear the sound. Naruto, Hinata, and Gaara do. And the conductor of the train, he motions for everyone to get off. Well, everyone that basically this is their destination. And while seeing everything out the window, looks like it is. This is great! New Twilight City. Hinata actually having a little bit of an eep in her voice as she's talking. New Twilight City? And Gaara's like, oh my goodness. I've heard about this place before, but never seen it with my actual eyes. And well, everybody's just looking at it and they just seem like the happiest they've ever been in their lives. And what they actually don't notice until they hear the voice, hey guys, thanks for patching me up back there. They all turn around to see Naruto. And behind her, Sasuke and Sakura. But they don't look nearly as bad and in a mood as they usually would. And basically they disperse. And while Naruto disperses, but not without saying some parting words to her family member. You know, I am gonna beat your ass. Believe it. And Naruto's just like, hey, that's my line. And I'm gonna be one beating your ass. But first, right as they get to the gate, they see someone. Oh, hey there. Oh, hey-oh. I guess we all remember each other. Name's Benny. I hope you remember me, at least. I'm the gym leader here. electric type Dim Leader at least. You get the mono badge. Hey, basically stating the badge, the mono badge. And basically, well, everyone gets a good rest before in the morning the gym challenge.
Only 3-in-1 extended relief formula.
And well,
visit Vanguard.com/fixedincome today.
with no real hesitation, as entering the gym, Naruto, Hinata, and Gaara wanting to get us on right away. They're at the ending stretch, and no telling what's next. Just them, Benny, and that mono badge. Apparently, dude has 4 Pokemon. And well, oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Well, looks like, since you're 3 people, I'll send out 3 of my Pokemon and leave my best for last. Go Electivire, Luxray, Garvantula. Yes, that's right. This man has a Electivire, a Luxray, and a Garvantula to start out with. That is right. Electivire, Luxray, and Galvantula. And they aren't any chumps. And basically deciding to give a good old-fashioned experience to, Zoroark. Naruto decides to start up with that against Electivire. And, well, Hinata deciding, well, if she's gonna go up against a good Luxray, then she's gotta go and get some fancy footwork too. Serena's up to bat. Since 4 legs. And, well, Gaara thinking, well, someone else did evolve. let's see how Sandslash does. And so Sandslash is out against Galvantula. And well, let's see. Zoroark, Night Days. And well, basically Benny's like, Electivire. Let's see if we can penetrate that Night Days with a Fire Punch. That basically being a cover for a big smoke screen, and then it's basically like, jump up, and then Thunder Punch. And well, Naruto being like, perfect, Blast Burn. And basically, Blast Burn sending, the big dude back. But the Thunder Punch actually did end up nicking Ninetales. And well, a little bit of Polaris. Not much, but a little bit. Because, Ho-Oh's blessing and not really allowing for much status illness. And it's another big benefit of Ho-Oh's blessing. Basically, Electivire looks a little bit staggered, but, gets off its ass. Plus, Benny tells it to. But Benny's like, okay, let's do this, Electivire. I know you can do better. Come on. Let's do this. Thunder! And just big old blast of electricity just coming out of nowhere. And just like, Naruto knows he can meet this. He's like, overheat! And just like, boom! And, that's not all Benny, that's not all he wrote. He's just like, Zap Cannon! Real up close. But that's his fault because, basically, Ninetales Flame Charge from Naruto. Basically, catching all of, freaking Electivire's appendages with all of the tails, toasting this dude. And basically, Electivire can't really get up after that one. Because it's a Ho-Oh powered blast burn. And so basically, Benny has to focus more on Hinata and Gaara now. So, yeah, well, Serena versus Luxray, seeing fancy footwork time now. Luxray gonna have to go fast in with a good old fashioned. Oh, what are we going for here? Let's go surge a good charge through its body as we prepare a wild charge. First using charge to charge electric attacks, then using an electric attack that will basically send it forward, wild charge. Yeah, basically, two-step combo. And basically, Hinata trying to learn from her mistakes. Well, any mistake, really. That was just Sakura actually being smart. That fight in particular. Hinata wanting to do something a little bit tricksy. Deciding that she would, well, Solar Beam. Charging energy, but hey, you had to use charge. So basically, they're both using a turn, and then going wild charge, but it has to change the distance, basically smacking itself into the solar beam. At least I would think that, but basically it goes up the solar beam and is running on it while charging into Serena's like mid area, and that's gonna hurt. And then just bouncing back off of the recoil and landing right on its feet. And the solar beam causing some smoke screen. Serena having a real hard time, being able to bounce back from that shock. Horror. But, Hinata being like, we can do this. I know we can. Frenzy plant, Serena. And basically, with that frenzy plant all over the place, not just one direction, just all over the damn place, you have to decide to mix it up a little. And so Luxray has to also mix it up with what Benny tells it to do. Basically, without using charge, just wild charge, in order to ixnay the frenzy plant, say, and actually get a hit in. Hopefully this will topple this Serena. But this is actually working to, Hinata's advantage, because Hinata just tells Serena to, bounce back, just a little bit more, because, Luxray's gonna tire out eventually. And whenever that happens, that's basically a turn for Serena, so, enough recharge, and a jump kick. Basically just wha-bam! Right into Luxray's face. Bendy's Pokemon are quick, but, with enough strategy, you can get around the quick. And now we have Sandslash versus Galvantula. And well, Galvantula trying to put up a bunch of electric web. Basically like electric terrain, but different. And so, Sandslash would have a problem with this, unless Gara told it to basically just dig underneath the electric web and, pull this little maneuver, that would be, whenever it came up, just parry it with a bunch of Fury Swipes. Not just dig, but Fury Swipes. Fury swiping away the damn web as it comes up for the dig. And basically hitting Galvantula pretty damn hard. Not just with dig, but with Fury Swipes. And Sandslash is no slacker. It's pretty good. It's not like a Juggernaut Pokemon, but it's pretty good. For, getting done what needs to get done in a Pokemon battle. And so Galvantula, Big Benny's like, okay, Galvantula, Electro Ball. And basically jump up to the wall afterwards. And basically, Sandslash, basically, Gara tells Sandslash to jump up above the air, like the freaking Electro Ball. Like, he can take the pain. Like, basically, Gara makes himself a meat shield to take the freaking Electro Ball for his own Pokemon. He's done this before, I'm pretty sure. So, not much news. That is until it's figured out why Benny told Galvantula to jump to the wall, basically. Not really wall, but ceiling. Basically, it's like, now, fall down! And get yourself... Use Thunderbolt on yourself! And basically, by using Thunderbolt on itself, it's electrified. So whenever it goes down automatically on Sandslash. And basically, so it's an electric slam down on Sandslash, hitting it onto the ground, electrified. And basically, just jumping right off because spider agility. Like, Galvantula's hurt, but also Sandslash hurt. But Sandslash, considering its typing, is much better than Galvantula, actually. I mean, the experience is a little bit off, but, considering the typing, is a little bit better, considering, typing. And you're a little bit better off. And considering, Benny just made his move, Gara's like, okay, I think I know what to do. Seeing as, Naruto and Hinata both have more Pokemon, Gara thinks he can risk it. Sandslash, use Magnitude! And it shows up as Magnitude 5. And boom! Just Galvantula lands on its back, and it's not even moving to try to, squirm back onto its feet. Like, Ninetales and freaking Serena are, hurt bad, but it's nothing that's going to really end freaking Naruto and Hinata's chances. They've already got their portion of the fight done. Pretty much. I mean, Benny does have one more Pokemon after this, but, they do have a lot more Pokemon after this as well, so, yeah, they are pretty sure they're in the clear. And so, seeing as Galvantula can't really do anything, yeah, basically, return, you guys. And now my ace in the hole, Pichu. And everybody's like, Pichu? And basically they all see what he means whenever it's basically like, Pichu, Thunderbolt! And basically, all of them get the Thunderbolt, and everyone faints. I was like, the fuck? And basically, this keeps on happening to everybody multiple times until finally Garas has had enough, basically. And well, he actually hatches a plan, for Hinata. Basically, their only Pokemon left are their freaking Naruto's Ninetales, Hinata's Surfetched, and Gara's Krokorok. That's their only Pokemon that they have left. That's how strong this damn Pichu is. That's how bad this thrashing has been. From just one fucking Pichu. But it's basically it's Agen, So, basically, yeah. They're understanding why now, basically, this guy is considered the 8th gym leader. Pichu is freaking insanely strong. And so, basically, the plan is basically for well, basically, at this point, Croc Rock is at one side of the arena, and Ninetales is at the other. And basically, Surfetched, basically what they're trying to do is basically have Surfetched pick up Ninetales and drop it on Pichu, like use the freaking all of its tails as a freaking propeller to catch up with Pichu's speed, because Pichu is ridiculously fast. Benny's Pichu is what they figured out by now, is that it's like supersonic speed fast. So basically use the tails with the power of Ho-Oh's blessing to basically make it so fast that it can catch up with Pichu and point blank freaking like blast burn the hell out of Pichu, and just the blast burn send it into Crocorock and basically have Crocorock use Earthquake the moment it gets there, and basically one shot kill, like double shot kill. But Surfetch has to freaking carry it over there, and hey, it may even like sweep to the side whenever Earthquake sends it up and use a freaking Brave Bird, so like 3-shot kill. But they all have to make sure like Pichu is disorientated so that Surfetch can actually pick it up. So they all basically, in order to get into these positions, they serpentine their way in there. They don't go just straight for the positions. They serpentine their way so that Pichu doesn't know what they're fucking doing. And neither does Benny. And so basically, they get into the positions. Freaking Surfetch picks up Ninetales. And Gara gets Crocorock into position, but basically Crocorock has suspended so much damage and as everybody else. But well, Surfetch can't evolve anymore. Neither can Ninetales. Do you see what I'm getting at? Basically, whenever Surfetch, drops Ninetales and is about to go under so that it can also deliver a freaking Brave Bird, triple shot kill, because what Crocorock is about to do, or what they think it's about to do, basically, first Naruto was like, Blast Burn, and then freaking Hinata's like, Brave Bird, and then right as that is about to connect all together, and then like Gara just says the words or word, it just happens, like the chain reaction from Blast Burn and Brave Bird like causes something to snap in Crocorock's mind that causes all of the things that need to happen in order for evolution to happen. And that's right, Crocodile. Yeah, it's not a Crocorock level earthquake. It is a Crocodile level earthquake. Basically just whoosh, boom, once it hits the ground. And it was high up in the air. It just sent it into the ground. Like it is indented into there. Benny has to pluck Pichu out of the ground. They had to do a team effort. And his Pokemon had to fucking evolve into Crocodile. I think that's how you say its name. In order for them to actually fucking win that. And everybody's like, I'll accept that win. And whatever else comes with it. And basically, Benny is like freaking, drops something into Pichu's hands as Pichu's barely be able to get up, back up, and just presents them with the mono badge. And basically, Benny does say something about routes 231, 232, and 233. They basically are just this bridge that leads up to this place called the Blackout Tower. Which is basically the Elite Four / contest area. And basically, you know, if the Elite Four is there, the champion's going to be there, and nothing else needs to be said. But that's probably going to be for like freaking part 29. Since, good God, everyone's freaking exhausted. And they just need to chill.